Alrighty then, it's time for a Jungle Galio game, and I'll tell you right now, I love it. I actually really like how the new Galio plays. However, there are a lot of criticisms. I really hate his personality. Oh my god, is it annoying. It's almost on the echo level of frustrating just to listen to. It's like, he's just, he's a bro. And I know, it's kind of funny with Broloff, but he's kind of like the jackass bro rather than this is just kind of a big old joke kind of bro. And also, some of his animations are really frustrating to just get a feel for. Like his E, his little, backdash into the forward dash thing is really annoying to look at. It's just kind of sometimes throws you off. It's still, though, he's really fun to play. His ultimate is like, it's Demacia levels of boner inducing, right? Jarvan and Garen. It's like whenever I use it, I guess that's gonna be the main theme with Demacia now, right? Big ass gigantic boners whenever you use their ultimate. I love it. You'll see me use it a couple times in really great effect, and it just whenever I used it, the first time I used it, I was just like, Jesus Christ, this is amazing. It feels good to use. Anyways, as far as clearing goes, he's pretty much a little bit above average. His health and sustain his health is a little bit lower than you'd want it to be, but it's not as bad as some other jankier junglers. And after a few levels, a few ranks on your Q and on your E, you just kind of demolish camp. So he's pretty good. If I were to give him a grade, it'd probably be a B. And in most cases, you kind of want your junglers to be an A and an S, and I don't really know where Galio would be, except, if you really want to pick Galio. His damage is pretty good, though it starts scaling down later on into the game. It doesn't get as high as it could be unless you build into it quite considerably, which is actually something I'm debating. I don't know whether or not to be building him as a bruiser, as like some kind of mage or something, I'm not sure. So lately, I've just been building him with, what's it called, the Frozen Fist, Iceborne Gauntlet, there we go. And Rod of Ages. Though Rod of Ages, I may cycle that out for something else. I don't know. Apparently in lane is very good, but in the jungle, I don't know if I could just forgo that. As you can see, though, I will be just completely ignoring the jungle item train. I'm just gonna never upgrade that item and just gonna go straight for the other things. By the way, here me and Sion both miss our abilities, and it doesn't matter. We just kind of brute force this kill anyway. So, anyways. Runes and Masteries. I played Galio 3 times so far, and I've tried out 3 different ones. Though it seems the one I'm going to stick with the most so far is cooldown reduction. I tried attack damage, I tried some attack speed, that one was pretty bad. And now the last one was Magic Pen Reds and Armor Yellows, obviously, and cooldown reduction Quints and Blues. My Masteries are also switching around quite a bit. 0 on the offense tree at all times. The defensive tree, the utility tree down the middle, Cunning, I think, is always 12. Then the defensive one, obviously 18, but I don't know which one of the masteries to take. I think is Stoneborn Pact is what it's called now, or whatever the Colossus one. I don't know between those. By the way, like that, when I use that ultimate, oh my god, the massive erection again. It was a good ultimate, just there wasn't enough time for the response from my teammates. We do end up coming ahead on this though it cost us it cost me and my Alistair's life. We will be able to take 4 of them out. My teammates are going to chase down Jin and eventually slowly kill him. So there we go. 4-4-2, not so bad. But yeah, that was a really good ultimate, just not a lot of follow-up. But that's just when I get to use it, it's just amazing. I actually didn't even, throughout those 3 games, didn't even try if I could use it without having to target my teammates, but whatever. It's pretty good nonetheless. By the way, his most unimpressive skill so far seems to be the W, mostly because getting the taunt off, it has to, you have to be already there. Mostly your E kind of does all the real work, and your Q does quite a bit of damage. By the way, that gank from me was absolutely atrocious. I deserve to die. Hell, I deserve to uninstall because of how bad that gank was. But like I was saying, it takes a little bit of while to get used to his E. Like the animation throws you off, and I know once you get used to it, probably will be super simple. I mean, it's just kind of a straight line. But here's what I mean by the badass ultimate. Alistair goes in, I target him, and just boom, hit both Jin and Lulu and absolutely destroy them. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be used as a like that, a second initiation ultimate or a protect your teammates kind of ultimate. Thematically, I suppose it's supposed to be used defensively, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. So that then brings the issue though as to where Galio really is meant to go. If he can't, he's a bodyguard, right, or something of a bodyguard. But does he really compete with someone like Poppy in terms of being able to protect your team or disrupt an engage, or is he a second initiator, which in that case really it's a really rare role to be in, the secondary tank? So with that in mind, it's sort of, I was rationalizing it with myself. It must mean he has to be some sort of quasi-bruiser, quasi-tank kind of thing, right? Well, a bruiser, just straight out. And I was trying to work around that, or trying to figure that out. It just sort of feels really awkward with a lot of this stuff. He is pretty janky in team fights, for sure. He goes in there, does a huge burst, and then he kind of doesn't do jack of anything. So it's questionable. I haven't, again, seen really that many players play him yet. Mostly, again, people are kind of just avoiding him, like a lot of rework champions. They'll play him once or twice and then abandon him, so I haven't really seen him. I could watch some streams, of course, but yeah, sometimes some streamers rather still not even play the new ones, or you guys kind of troll around. So I'll see what happens right now. You guys in the comments below can tell me how you've been playing Galio, how you've been experiencing him. I'm actually quite interested to know, because I'm pretty sure the build I'm taking right now it might not be the most optimal. So tell me your builds as well, because I am going to probably play him more. He was really fun to play. And like I said, the ultimate, absolutely beautiful and gorgeous to use. Just very thrilling. So I know some people are sad about Galio being reworked and the old Galio just being gone forever. But I gotta say, the old Galio was really boring to play. I know fun for some people, but for me, I couldn't. It was brain numbing to even try playing them sometimes. It was pretty dull. And it was also really difficult to balance. So I'm kind of glad they did this, and to the extreme that they did this to Galio. Although I'm not really, sure why they replaced this entire color scheme. I'm pretty sure the blue with yellow could have still stuck around, or if even, maybe a classic skin, right? Just paint them over. Give a free chroma to people. Though they'll probably resell that at some point. By the way, at this point, you've already seen that thanks to those really good ganks or really good turnarounds we had at bottom lane, my bottom lane is now able just to absolutely stump the enemy team, and it's kind of snowballing the rest of the game now. At this point, it's just kind of putting the nail in the coffin on the enemy team. They don't really have a tank or any real means of initiating, so they're kind of screwed. We have Sion, we have Alistair, and we have Galio. They're pretty much, their front line is always going to get run over, and we're always going to be able to catch them off guard. Here I managed to steal red from the Elise, go in on her, Alistair comes in, we just kind of just dunk her around. She flashes, but I'll obviously be able to catch her rather easily. Right, I just gotta land back in. The enemy team is super wounded, but because their only frontline is Garen, who can't really control the enemy team, they can't really engage or go all out, so they're just kind of getting slowly murdered. Right now, what's the name? Vel'Koz and Jhin are the only ones alive. Me and Sion once again sort of miss our initiations on Vel'Koz. The Sion gives chase on the the Jhin, and manages to slowly kind of kill him. I come in, but I don't really do anything here. Sion finally kills him. Elise and Vel'Koz, we're still trying to dive them because we're getting really greedy and really ahead of ourselves. Sion gets killed. He helps me beat Elise to death. Slowly but surely. I missed my Q too, though. Kill her, and I die as a response. None of this was really necessary, and we kind of helped them out a little bit more because we didn't take any towers. We gave them some bounty gold and whatnot. But hey, it was hilarious. So if it's hilarious, it's kind of worth it. Oh, of course, the enemy Vel'Koz and Lulu get ahead of themselves and then get revenge killed by the what's her face? By the Jinx. And now she's way too big for the enemy team to handle, and it will require a lot of resources just to take down. And of course, once again, she has a shitload of bodyguards, who will just pretty much make sure the enemy team is controlled and killed. Who at the same time, like in the case of Sion, is pretty goddamn dangerous too. So yeah, the enemy team is pretty much donezo. So I'll just kind of tell you about Galio. Like again, I've tried him in multiple ways. Bruiser, AP, and just full-on tank, or quasi-tank. I bought a lot of ages in every single build, which is mostly because I'm going with whatever they suggest. But so far, I've liked the Bruiser one the most. Iceborne Gauntlet, punch people in the face, that kind of shenanigans. A huge burst on somebody. Basically, you land in, disperse the enemy team, or knock them up, go on for the target you need to kill, put in some huge damage on them, and then just stick to them. That's pretty much the basic shit. And I've liked that so far. I think that one's working out the best. But, again, in the comments, tell me what you've tried with him, what you've experienced with him as an opponent especially, because I haven't really experienced that either. So, give me all you can. I want to learn more about him, and I want to try him out to the fullest. This channel is supported by my sponsors, Crunchyroll and Loot Crate. Check out the description below for links to the websites. Signing up for any trials, including Crunchyroll's free anime trial, greatly supports my channel. Also remember to give the video a like to support the channel and subscribe if you haven't yet. Oh, hello. If you're still listening to this, you guys know that I have to sort of try to do my very special best, my super giga kawaii best, to make it a 10 minutes, because somehow that's how it works on YouTube. Anything less than 10 minutes, you don't get those end advertisements, so you sort of lose out. So I gotta cheat out this last 10 minutes, and here we go, hooray!